Yeah, we started Insomniax going back 10 years ago.
Yeah, I met him at home when I was about 3-4 years old. That's the earliest I can remember.
Yeah, I actually met him. We go back a lot longer than he remembers actually, because I actually was there. Day you actually born. Actually, I was there. You know, but we're brothers and and good mates as well and collaborators.
The name is basically about our nocturnal studio habits. You know, we could only get studio time at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock.
We were broke. Like that 3-4 in the morning was vibing time. You know what I mean? Other people were like winding down.
Just awareness and being awake and awareness rather than sleeping.
I saw where she was hanging out. Her underwear was hanging out. Her chubby bits were hanging out. Her batty crease was hanging out. The man them, they were hanging out and all their tongues were hanging out. Their morning glory hanging out. I'll continue.
But the poetic sound system in essence is using poetry, spoken word and the power of language giving it equal billing with beats in a club environment. I just think there's more to celebrate in life apart from just I'm in the club, I'm getting drunk, there's a pretty girl there, do you know what I mean? We can celebrate other things whilst we're in that zone, do you know what I mean? Just another type of euphoric music enjoyment.
If you look at a band like Faithless, essentially that's a poetic sound system. The idea of, you know, a powerful narrative with hard beats, you know.
Whatever those beats are. Dub,
yeah.
As we were saying, dub, future soul, broken, you know.
Yeah, it's just,
It's just the London flavour mixed together, you know, and articulating truth at the same time.
With the Green Cross Code, it was the sub theme that wasn't on the title was road awareness, and we wanted to make it like, you know, sort of, you know, a vibe, a collection of songs that, you know, a young person in, you know, on road, for want of a better term, can basically listen to and experience a higher, different level of awareness. With Macaroni and Cheese, it was to do with basically just a taste of what we were about. Do you know what I mean? Tongue in cheek. It was a lot less serious, I'd say, than Green Cross Code.
It is kind of deep because I make a mean macaroni cheese. I make a mean macaroni cheese.
Her skirt waist was too low, she whined a bit too low. The baseline was too low, her neckline was too low. Her true love had gone too low, and since then she too went too low. Her self-esteem was too low. I'll continue.
I guess you could say in the real physical manifestation of it, the beats come first. Because you'll make a beat before, and then I'll try and meld what I've got into that, and then it just, you know, like a cell divides, multiplies. Yeah.
You definitely need a bit of obsessiveness and a bit of, you know, extremity. Do you know what I mean? To really, because it takes patience, and but I'd say that there's different ways to skin the cat. Do you know what I mean? And I like many different producers that maybe don't have that sort of, you know, intensity maybe.
Her true love was getting too high, his debts were getting too high, the skunk made him too high, random girl's skirt was too high, the summer sun was too high, his sex drive was too high, his lust for random girl was too high. I'll continue.
You don't necessarily hear people rapping about what they had for breakfast, unless it's a massive breakfast and it's a, you know, $1 million breakfast at the Hilton or something like that. Marrying that kind of freedom with music gives you another opportunity to kind of explore different areas other than just what a 120 BPM beat might necessarily, and you trying to fit in with it would necessarily allow your brain to conjure up, you know. For me, it's absolutely beautiful. It's like painting on a canvas.
He knew something was missing. Feelings for Random Girl was missing. His conscience, that was missing. The condom, that was missing. Her phone calls he keeps missing since her period was missing. Sees her on road, he's missing. I'll continue.
You can't go anywhere. I can't escape. If I have an argument with him and I phone up my mum and say, you know what, this bread's pissing me off. It's her son as well. So I'm stuck with the dude really, and but it's beautiful. Do you know what I mean? It's beautiful. So because that's eradicated, you can again use it as a platform to build on other things. Do you know what I mean? And explore other things and explore his perspective of the world and how it differs to mine, and then put that on a track and explore that and then share that. The root of what we have as the Insomniacs is our relationship.
Random Girl had stayed a little late, inside his bed a little late. He banged her raw a little late, then pulled it out a little late. He heard the door a little late. His girl walked in a little late. She was smaller than size a little 8. I'll continue.
We want the art to speak volumes. You know what I mean, we want it to affect, and rather than just doing individual videos and for each track, we want to make it more of an experience where you know, somebody who might not even have listened to the music first can actually watch the visual and be moved by that.
What we're trying to create here is art that represents the age that we're living in, the experiences that we kind of share as people growing up in inner city London in 2012. It has to be something that can stand the test of time, and it doesn't have to be great. Not everybody has to like it, but as long as it's a truth that is recognizable. Like when you look back at, you know, great British black films like Rockers or something like that, and you look at that and you're like, yeah, the storyline might be a bit, you know, not the greatest storyline ever, but it still captures a moment in time where these were the issues of the day. These were the things that were the hot topics and everybody was dealing with, you know.
His girlfriend, she went crazy, hitting Random Girl like crazy, swinging blows at him like crazy, because to catch him out was crazy. He used to drive her crazy, now her mind's twisted like crazy. See, there's reasons why she acts like this, but we just call her crazy. I saw where she was hanging out. Her underwear was hanging out. Her batty crease was hanging out. Her chubby bits were hanging out. The man them, they were hanging out, and all their tongues were hanging out. Her morning glory hanging out.